film shoot was a really magical experience because my crew actually ended up becoming this like mini version of my film in real life.
The more you experience, the more stories you can tell. So why restrict yourself because you might get a little bit less sleep at night, you know?
And that's what I think like is the greatest thing about films. It gets you to be more in touch with the deepest, most human parts of yourself. So I came to Princeton and jumped into studying literature and the arts.
I changed my major about 4 times until I settled on film production.
I actually came into Princeton being pre-med.
I was studying French and I ultimately went abroad.
There was a snowstorm for a week and I didn't leave my room and I'd watched 21 movies in 5 days.
I literally went to the movie theater every single day, sometimes 3 times a day if I was feeling a little crazy.
I've taken everything from poetry to fiction to screenwriting.
I'd watched like 12 Years a Slave, then right after that, I think I watched How to Train Your Dragon.
That intersection of all of those mediums informed the way I've developed as a creative artist and a filmmaker and screenwriter and actor.
I really developed this relationship with films.
I think I want to do this for real. I think I want to actually be a filmmaker.
I took a class with P. Adam Sipney. Really loved him because he just didn't care about anything but was totally brilliant. And actually, he was the first person who taught me how to read film as an art medium, not as a content device.
I was fortunate enough to get paired with Professor Christina Lazzaretti, who I am now thrilled to call a mentor, and I would even say a friend. She's wonderful, she's a creative genius.
I've been pretty close with Sue since my sophomore year. She's been my advisor every year. She's somebody who's actually made me believe a lot in myself. And she said, the reason why I'm hard on you about things is because I believe that you can actually be a great filmmaker. So I started applying to internships. All of a sudden I ended up getting an internship at DreamWorks. That kind of just fell out of the sky, and I worked there every summer since.
I got an email that Terrence Malick was coming to visit campus. Went to the screening that he sort of did a brief talk afterwards. I kind of overheard that there was going to be a lunch. And we just talked to Terrence Malick for a little bit over lunch. And then I got an email shortly afterwards that went a little something like, you may have talked your way into a job with Terrence Malick. I'm going to be down in Austin at his production outfit, sort of working in the editorial department on Radegund, which is the upcoming feature film.
So
my thesis film is a short comedy that I shot in the south of France this past summer, based off of my friend, an American student, but who's half Vietnamese and half French, who has this really ambiguous racial appearance as a Korean international student. I totally feel that hybridity is becoming more and more relevant to today's society, so that's why I chose to tell this topic in a comic form, but nonetheless with a lot of pathos.
And so I went to Haiti with my dad after the earthquake that happened in 2010. And he's a doctor, so he went to do some operations. It was against my will, because I was kind of a spoiled brat back then. And but going there was probably one of the most life-changing experiences I've ever had. I worked in a medical warehouse. I met somebody named Madness, and he and I bonded. That's really what the film is about. It's about this friendship. It's about this belief in dreams.
My thesis is called In the Garden, and it is a feature-length screenplay. I wrote 30 to 35 pages and then completely scrapped it because I did not like the idea. So then I thought about what's in a name and what it means to be named Eve. So my screenplay is about 3 women around the world who are each named iterations of Eve.
No one should be able to shoot a 25-minute film in 3 days in their third language in a foreign country where you know like 10 people max.
So I went to Haiti Last June, I held auditions there. I got the script translated into Haitian Creole. I worked with some Haitian producers. Everything was held in a foreign language. It was a really difficult journey of communication.
When we shot the last scene ever for our film, I just had a moment of like complete breakdown. So I went over to a corner in the garage and I just started crying because I was so tired. All these gratitude hit me at once. My host mother, my professor, my 2 teachers, they all were hugging me and they were just kissing me everywhere and like just telling me how proud they are of me, how they admire the process and all of that. And it just, that will always remain such a poetic moment for me.
In an ideal world, I would like to have it produced. I'm not sure whether I would be directing it or in it. I'm hoping over the next couple of years to get funding for it and get it realized, get it made into the feature film that it is.
It was awesome. I was so happy to be here for like the first screening.
My bad, man.
I'm very excited to tell my stories, and I think that the best way for me to do so is to write and direct.
I found my life passion, at least for now, which is filmmaking, so I want to continue after graduation.